September 20th, 2024. I have to draw out some more coils, 3 more. I think they have it set for calibrate, I'm thinking. Okay, back on here. I measured this resistor. That's this is supposed to be, I think, a 5.6K. It's green, blue, red. It's about a couple thousand high. This one here starts with green. I think it's orange red. That's high also. I can't remember how high, but so I'm gonna check. I got this one hooked up. This is 0.5. We're just gonna. I'm not checking for capacitance. I'm just checking for this. Let me see if I can make that look better. Sometimes I could do that. Spin that knob and make it look better. That's totally clear down there. Okay. Starting out, this capacitor is worth 400 volts, so it's a little sunburst there. We're up to 150 volts there. That's for the audio oscillator. We'll put it up to 200 volts. So 200 volts, it's showing bad. I'm gonna crank it all the way up. It goes up to, I think, about 500 volts. 500 volts. So that one's bad. We'll go to this one. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm hooked up wrong here. Now I'm hooked up to this one. I'm hooked up to this one. This point. I was hooked up wrong with this one. I was supposed to be over here, I believe. So I'm hooked up to that one. I haven't changed it. So this one here, I have to be hooked up, I think, over to the 2 more to the left, not counting the chassis. So we'll start over here. Start with the 0.25 400. So that's showing bad at not even 50 volts. I'll put it up to 100. I'll put it up to 150. Totally shot. That's the point. 25, I think. Okay, now we'll get this one hooked up correctly. What the hell? It's my light. So now I have to get over to here. So on that spot I can check this one and this one. which is 0.5, 0.5, and the 0.05. Remember, the bad guys: Bill, George, the swamp. They're some of the bad guys. Okay. I gotta shut my light off. It's not easy. This one here. So again, I put it to 150. It's totally shorted. I'll go to this one. There's 150 volts. It's not too good. It's opening a little bit, just barely. So it's shot. 200 volts. Shorted or leaky. Bad leakage. Not shorted, but bad leakage. Okay, these ones are across the AC, which I don't know if they're worth testing. I'll go to this one here. I'm not testing that one. I plan on replacing. I don't check electrolytics because it makes my eye spark up here, so I don't want to do it. I'll do this point. This one, 0.00, 0.002. 0.002. I have one side disconnected. So she's showing bad. The eye is opened about 1/8 of an inch. I'm not going to check the values because usually it's hard to check the values. It has too much swing and it ain't worth it. So that's bad. It's looking a little better. So up here at 250 volts, bad, bad, bad. I can check this one. This one I can check because it's an output. And here, wait, check this out. Not even soldered. Which one is that? I wonder. I forgot to turn it down. Oh, a good way to get a little zap, but I'm used to zaps. At 100 volts, total short job. Or leakage, I mean. Not shorted, leakage. Okay, let's see what one that is. That one is RF. Okay. Let me pull on this one. This one's in. So the RF wasn't working so swell for whoever used this thing. Less of it rotted in time. Looks darkened, so it probably rotted. Both output ones are 0.01s at 600, 400, but they're a different make or something. .01 400, and this one says .01 400 someplace too. Okay. So that one's saying bad at 100.5 or leaky. bad leaky. So I have to check these things. This they have down in the paperwork is a mica. 50 mini microfarads, I think. They have it as 50 mini microfarads. And so this is the one that rotted here. That's the 0.5, 0.25. The 68K, I haven't checked it yet. This one, bad, 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 bad. I'm not checking that one. This resistor was bad. It went up to about a couple thousand. I think the other one that goes off to the cathode of the rectifier is it measured 9,000 ohms. This measured 7,000 something. This is the 320. I have to draw some more of those. Need a total of 5. These do not have a they're not adjustable. They don't have a core, so you just got one adjustable. This is the double gang, I think, and this is representing the I'll find it here. I'll get to the top side here. But this thing here is all chalky. I don't know what that is. I'd like to know how to clean that, because I have a Fender Music Master amp that's like that, and I have a tabletop phonograph. The amplifier's all like that, and I ain't crazy about cleaning that stuff. I don't know how to clean it, but I'll figure it out, I guess. This is the power transformer, so you got the 2 plates, a grounding one or two for the center tap of the high voltage, and a grounding probably for one of the filaments. So imagine it does the filaments and the high voltage, and that's it. I'll flip this thing over. Okay, I'm collecting blue and silver face. I got a few of these. I have the 315, the tall one. I don't think I have much time to collect. So I'm just going to fix this up the best, because this is the rectifier, big bottle. 6X4 is the little bottle. This one here is the 6SN7. But these people are wrecking our country. How about Marocus? Marocus. He's the one that's going to kill us all. Letting all these people in the country. They can shut down our food supply, shut off our electricity. They can do anything they want. But we love them. Pausing out here, I think. Here's the calibrate. So I think you calibrate this variable to be 1,000 kilohertz. Yeah, here's 455. These are 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So here's 455. We should have a 10.7 someplace. .7. I think it's even marked here. So that must be 10.7 right there. Then you got the, I guess, all the shortwave stuff. 44, 45 for the IFs of TVs, but you use the blur on it. You don't use this kind, you use the kind with the blur, the whatever it's called, I can't think of it right now. So, back to this. It has one more resistor, that 5.3K. I think it's green, orange, red. It looks pretty hard to read it. This one's easier to read. And when I was looking at this, I think it was this one, R6. I think that should be 2 watts. R6, and the stuff I seen on the internet was wrong, I think. But they're all blurry, I can't read them. And this one I couldn't read. R4. Where's that? I might have it marked. Oh, this one here. So that one on the cathode, I'll look at that real quick. Pin 3. So it looks like it's this one right here. 20 ohms. 1 watt. 100K. 10K. 68K. 5.6K at, okay, I'm going to call that a 1 watt. It's smaller than this one. I'm going to call these 2 watts. And this one too. So that's the one that measured 9. This one measured 7. 7 and 9. I don't remember what that was. The additional numbers. I just looked at the first digits to see how bad they were. Here's that milky stuff. Powdery. Back on with the S-120. So the green one is at the center, and this one is at the bottom. These ones I have to get the value, I think. I'm gonna pop these ones out. It looks like I changed a couple of them the other day, about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. These were put in a long time ago. This thing should be changed. That one, this one here is the one that goes from negative to earth ground, or I mean chassis ground. So I'll pop all these. I just wanted to reference that one because that's the only one that could make a mistake. Not that would probably matter. So back on. I haven't screwed this up yet, apparently. So I'm going to test this one right here. Voltage only. Voltage test. So that's bad at a little less than 200 volts. 200 volts. It's definitely leaky. Full blast. No explosives in that one. Sounds like some of the pagers could have that problem. Probably a factory defect. And walkie-talkies, I guess. Okay, this one. Okay, we're up to 300 volts. We're up to 325, I guess. Okay. This won't get near that kind of voltage, but still. So this red one, no, I couldn't see the path to chassis, so I don't know what this one is. I thought it was that one. Oh, no, it's one of these. This is 0.047 right here, probably. No, it ain't. It's this one. Here's chassis and here's minus. This one. Okay, we're hooked up across this one. So this is up to 300, 400 volts. So this would probably work in there. It's shaded out some, about a 16th, or I mean an eighth. So it's going bad. This one here. I think the one with the little notch on it is the outside foil. I don't know what that represents. 3,300 picofarads? I don't know. Any microfarads? I don't know. At 200 volts? I don't know. I think that's supposed to be a white, so that would be a 9. I think this is supposed to be a black, but it always looks like gray. I think it's actually a black. So this is at 200 volts. It's showing bad. This one, I tested this one. This one's across the voice coil primary, I think. I replaced that many years ago. I put that in. This is from DigiKey. This one's from DigiKey. So I don't even think I'll test these. They should be good. They're only like 20 years old. I'll check that brown one if I can. Oh, if I can. I could pull it out of here. I did a side-by-side soldering job there, most likely. I'm not going to replace that. I'd like to replace that. Resistor. I will check these. I usually like to put the what is this, a 35C5 in this one or a 50C5? I think some people put a 50C5 in there. But they're getting harder to get for tabletop phonographs. I will change this up to 200 ohms or something so it's easier on the tube. Because those things got the hot filament plus the heat of the tube, so... This is the S-120. Looks like people like these. I didn't think this was going to pick up that well because it didn't have a RF amp. And it has switching problems. And this is the kind I like. So I'm fixing it up for the newbies that come and take over. I hope they like the style. It's not a good joke. It's horrible.
Sacrifice because the light
This is hooked up to the automatic gain control, I think.
And so we find God.
Full blast. It ain't working worth the crap. I put the new 6SC7 in there. I got a retired 6L6 in here. What happens here, it still crackles. When I replaced that 1 meg resistor, the crackling went down. I think it was a bad solder joint, but if I go like this, well, I put some oil on here and then this quit working. I don't think it was working correctly anyways, but if I go like, switch this up to like this, and if I switch this like this, then you'll hear all this crackling. No, it's not crackling. It's crackling. I have it hooked up to those two speakers. The audio output transformer is not hooked up. I think I snipped the wire out. This amplifier is a those very sensitive audio output tubes. One tube unit. One tube wonder. I never cared for them, but I'm going to use this. I might use this in that S-120 to restuff it because it's supposed to stick out the top. I got to remember that's there. There's the crackling. Full volume. It doesn't go up like it should. So I don't know. I gotta hook up. I gotta check these things out to see if the crackling's in one of these. But I wouldn't have no idea how many picofarads to use. I'm not sure.
All that he taught. And when we do that, it changes it. That's called growth in the Lord. That's called sanctification. That's called becoming more like Christ.
That's why I think it's an automatic gain control.
He revealed that he was God in the flesh, and what he did.
Now it's on automatic.
Everything he did, that's basic. He spoke to nature. He showed his dominion over nature. He stilled the wind, calmed the sea. He revealed he was God in the flesh, and everything he did. Blind eyes, deaf ears.
I just keep this at 50 for fine tuning because I never look for 10 meters, 20 meters for any of these. They're not too much around my area.
According to your faith. How many times did he say that to someone who was seeking his help? According to your faith. But finally, he no doubt whatever, he wanted God in the flesh. Look, that is true time. We have the witnesses. We have the
You should adjust the antenna loader, trim whatever, every time you change this thing.
Joseph of Arimathea wants his body. Yes, Pilate, you can give him the body because he is dead. I can verify he's dead.
6L6, supposed to be a 6K6, a 6SC7, 5Y3, 6SK7, 6H6, 6SG7, 6SG7, and a 6SA7 mixer oscillator.
That God was in Christ, reconciling the world unto himself, not imputing their
Signing off.
trespasses unto them.
Orange at Beginner's Corner.
The word of reconciliation. Did you get that? God was in Christ. It is only in and through Christ. There is no other
September,
name given
what is
under
it?
heaven
20th,
man may be reconciled
2024.
to holy God. To wit, that God was in Christ Jesus, reconciling, making the way, providing the